Dan, how soon would this have to be brought to the floor of the House or Senate to realistically actually have a chance of becoming law?
Well, they're going to have to do it very soon, and we're told from sources in both parties that there could be a deal within the next few hours, Jake. The deadline technically is Friday, but they certainly have to go through a lot of important processes to get to that point. What's important to note is what you underscored, but we have to say it again. This is not a grand bargain. This is not about the big things that really are making the deficit and the debt so big. But it is small, and anything small that is bipartisan these days will take, right?
Right.
They're still not done, and a couple of things that are holding that up.
Yeah, what are these sticking points?
Are unemployment benefits. Long-term unemployment benefits are going to run out soon. And Democrats in both chambers, but particularly in the House, are really holding out because they want either this to be part of the budget deal or to use it as leverage to make sure that they have a promise to extend these unemployment benefits. Another thing that may seem a little bit parochial, but is a big deal to some senior Democrats who represent Maryland suburbs of D.C., who have a lot of federal workers, is that part of the deal would force federal workers to pay more for their pensions. That's something that Steny Hoyer, the #2 Democrat, and others are saying that they do not like. But that probably won't hold it up as much. Then you have the conservative side, and they just don't like this to begin with because they don't like the idea that this would do away with those forced across-the-board spending cuts that they say are critical to keep spending down. Democrats, of course, say it's arbitrary and we need to be more smart about this, which is what both sides are saying this deal would be.
And we're expecting a possible press conference at any moment, but who knows?
Who knows? Possible. But they're still, because we have these sticking points, you never know. But they're not saying to go.
Ryan and Murray have paper. They are now being reviewed by
Ryan and Murray have been meeting, are meeting, could be meeting as we speak. They're being very secretive about this because they want to make sure that their balloon is not popped before they have everything else done.
So because they don't get to just like come up with this deal and then present it, they have to get it signed off by the House and Senate Democratic and Republican leaders.
Exactly, and it's much more of an issue with House Republicans, as you can imagine. And so if and when they do have an agreement tonight, presumably they're going to present it to all House Republicans tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, before they can go forward and come up with
And to be clear, this would raise spending from the level it would be with these forced budget cuts, the so-called sequester. We hate to use that term,
yes.
but whatever level that would be, this would be more spending than that.
Yeah, two things. It would be more spending, but it also would be less arbitrary. It wouldn't just be across the board. It would be targeted, which is what Democrats have been calling for, and even some Republicans have been calling for, particularly when you're talking about defense cuts. So you're right on both counts.